Captain on the bridge.
Captains, we're back on the bridge here, and tonight what we're going to be doing is taking out the mini galaxy, aka what I used to call years ago the Battle Pancake. Back when Star Trek Battles was hopping with captains who were dedicated to doing canon builds, this was known as the Battle Pancake. I don't know why, but we called it that. But it is the Nebula that we're taking out. Specifically, the Advanced Research Vessel, or also in the sea source called the Sutherland. Now, as you can see, I named it the USS Battle Pancake. So tonight, we're going to take it into refit because we're still feeling what we felt last night with the whole galaxy feel. So why not continue that on to its little brother, the Nebula. First saw this ship in Star Trek The Next Generation, I was like, I didn't get what I was seeing, but then I realized it was nothing but goodness. So that's why we wanted to continue on with the galaxy field, but like I said, take out the Nebula tonight. Now, you can see under its registry, it's an NX. So reading the alpha, beta, watching some videos on the Nebula, they said all they can see it firing was photons, phasers. The photons would come from above the deflector, but also from the weapons pod. So I'm using the Magellan pod here, and to me, this looks more tactical, so I'm treating this as a tactical refit. It's not that different from any of my builds, but captains, when I pew, it's more about the visuals, less about the performance. So what we'll do is go over the build. Weapons, SpaceX, consoles, traits, stations, DOFs, take the Argala, and see how the baby galaxy does. Okay? Or weapons. Here we go. I have high yield on this, so there may be a possibility that might kill myself. But that's okay. This is just a game. Y'all know already, the gravimetric photon torpedo. Love it from the Dyson rep. That could cause a death or two. The prolonged engagement photon torpedo, which you can actually get from the Phoenix prize pack. Very rare token. The Terran Task Force photon torpedo. Now, I've said this before in other videos. I don't necessarily like the visual of this because it is red on the outside, but sometimes it has like a bluish hue on the inside. But this does hit hard, especially as your target's health decreases. It increases in damage. So we're going to use it, again, reading from alpha and the beta memory, they all said photons, but we are going to upgrade the Battle Pancake. Deflector, we have our Elite Fleet Intervention. Sorry, this is from the Terran rep. Deflector, Elite Fleet Intervention, Chromatic Deflector from your fleet colony. Secondary Deflector, Deteriorating Secondary Deflector, which I just bought off the exchange. Our Impulse Engines are Prevailing Innervated Impulse Engines from the Competition rep. You got, of course, the Mycelial Harmonic Matter Antimatter Core with its Phillies Review Pending Modified Shield. Both of these are from your Discovery rep. Here come the upgrades. So we've added a mine in the back here, just a singular one. I'll explain why. So with having a TORP heavy build, we've obviously leaned over to a TORP-ish build so that we can try to increase its performance. We're going to add this mine. So we're going to go with the Thoron Infused Quantum Mine. This time I've been using the Jernur Tricobalt one, but decided, you know what, Federation, use Quantums. We're going to upgrade it with a Quantum Mine. This just comes from your, believe, the Delta rep, the lithium store, one of the reps there. Then we have our Chilithium Enhanced Omnidirectional Phaser Beam. This comes from the mission Nexus for our phaser look, because we still want to have our phaser look, especially it being a Federation ship. Never want to lose that. Then we have our Advanced Fleet Photon Torpedo Launcher. Crit damage 4. Nothing too crazy, just something in the aft. Like I said before, captains, I do like photons coming out of my aft because there's a lot of instances in Star Trek you see a lot of ships firing photons as they fly away from the target, which I absolutely love. And yes, I'll be flying around like a headless chicken. Will it hit a lot of targets? Probably not, but it's there to look good. Devices, we have our Kobayashi Maru for its buff goodness, Temporal Negotiator for its helping us of our cooldowns, the Torp Candy for the plus 30% bonus projectile damage. We love that Torp Candy. Consoles here, we got our Bio Neural Infusion Circuits from the Low-Buy store, Ferrofluid Hydraulic Assembly from your Terran Rep, Ordnance Accelerator from your Gamma Rep. We're going to treat the emulating phaser lance as a beam overload. This is why I use it. This is why I put it on builds, especially in builds that I don't have beam overload, because I do love that look. But it also gives us plus 15.8 phaser damage, and the shield pen there is real. This is from your Deimos Pilot Destroyer from an R&D pack ship. Then we're using the Dynamic Power Redistributing Module from the Atlas. This is a lockbox ship, but this gives us some damage resistance rating, some directed energy damage, and all those buff goodness that you see for the bonus damage, bonus resistance rating, and hull regen. Pairing it, of course, with the Point Defense Bombardment Warhead from the NX. This is for the plus 25% projectile damage, the 1% critical chance. This will also give us a bonus set 2 of phaser damage. Not much phaser damage, but it's going to help it a little bit, even if it's a little. So here, again, is more of the upgrades. Of course, the warhead there. The opening salvo. Here comes the refits. The opening salvo from the Tier 6 Titan for quantum torpedoes. And that weapons pod, again, it just looks very aggressive to me. So it being an NX, I thought, you know what, let's put in some torps here. Let's make it an experimental battle pancake. That's right, I said it. Tri-Cobalt Tear Launcher from your Tier 6 Appalachian Blockade Runner or the Tier 6 Steam Runner for its goodness. We love that console. We're going to use the Lorca's Custom Fire Controls from the Discovery Rep for its goodness. And then we're also going to use the Quantum Warhead Module. It does give plus 11.7 torpedo weapon damage. And again, we're going to use this as an experimental weapon that we're refitting on the Battle Pancake. Now, this gives us a stats of 34.7 crit chance and 176.3 crit severity. Again, keep in mind, captains, I do have my Pendever rank is 600. Now, when I say Pendever, that's personal endeavor. I'm just being lazy and going Pendever. So we have that helping us. To the traits, we have the Good Day to Die, Hot Pursuit to help our one mine, because why not? Resonant Payload Modification, Intelligent Agent Attaché, Self-Modulating Fire, Superior Projectile Training, Kinetic Precision, Terran Targeting Systems, Unconventional Systems, and Z-Boimler Effect. Our Starship traits, Ceaseless Momentum, the Carrier Wave Shield Hacking, Subspatial Warheads, Entwined Tactical Matrices, I think I'm saying that right, Universal Designs. Base Rep, again, captains, there's nothing different with this, but we'll explain that a little bit later. Torpedo Pre-Fire Sequence for our Space Rep, Advanced Targeting Systems, Omega Kinetic Shearing, Precision, Tyler's Duality, and then our active Space Rep we are going with Anti-Time Entanglement Singularity, Biomolecular Shield Generator, Deploy Sensor Interference Platform, Quantum Singularity Manipulation, Refracting Tetron Cascade. Stations, left to right, top to bottom, we have our Beamfire Will, Dispersal Pattern Beta for our mine. High Yield 3 is going to be our main damage dealer on this bad boy. Chemosite Laced Weaponry, Cannon Scatter Volley, Emergency Powered Engines, Emit Unstable Warp Bubble, Eject Warp Plasma, Jam Targeting Sensors, Scramble Sensors, Photonic Shockwave, Stabilizing Resonance Beam, and then of course here Tractor Beam. Now, A lot of captains would probably try to put a grav wall here, but some of the things that I do when I build my ships for, again, for my headcanon, I've never seen a ship in Star Trek shoot out a grav well. Again, this is just my headcanon. It's just my preference, so we're going to go with that. But we know that they love tractor beam. And with that trait, shield carrier hacking that we just went over, when we use it, it's going to take the shields right off, and that's going to be our opportunity to just pump out damage onto their hull. And then for our dupes nothing too different. My Filipino turrets came out, my apologies. Increased damage versus the Borg from Neil Falconer, and then increased damage versus all from Elder Malikatan. Again, we have these two DOFs helping us in space. So it's like having 2 extra slots there. Mercy Con to recharge our evasive maneuvers when we hit emergency powered engines. 3 projectile DOFs. 2 of them are giving us a buff or a chance to buff our severity, crit severity, when we fire projectiles. And the 1 gives us a chance to reduce the recharge mine time. Then we have Delreen, increased damage versus the Berg. 38 of 47 reduce other bridge officer ability cooldowns after using 1. So there it is. I'm quite excited and happy to take this out, as like I said, this is one of my favorite ships that I used to fly back in the day, and coming off the Galaxy from our last video, we thought, why not go back to the Battle Pancake and show it some love. Before we do that, I am going to shout out my captains who are here with me. We have Anthony Taylor, Johnny, and Neve. Shout out to you, my caps. Oh, and we have Lily, Sophie, also. We're going to take a shelfie first, captains. You know what that is? A ship selfie. Just like that. All right, so let's take this into an Elite Argala. See how it does, and remember, captains, charge, but also Picard and Riker are always with us. You know why? For the pills. For the pills.
Take us out of here. Maximum warp.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
They commandeered the ship. They're like, hey, Cap, just we're taking over for a bit. Give us like 10 minutes or something. All right, here we go.
Tactical alert. Vessel approaching. Bearing 184, Mark 7.
Uh-oh. Let's fix this shaking tray, because that'll go crazy. There we go.
All hands. Battle stations.
Weapons hot, deflectors to full.
That, to me, never gets old. Ooh. Bye. Yep, that was my 1 photon. Take the shields down. Tractor beam, bye shields. Okay, that was awesome. Shields went down and everything went bye-bye. That's awesome. We're just going to do this quickly here. Don't have my evasive maneuvers here. That's going to be important for some speed. That was hilarious, captains. Shields went down, and then all of a sudden, it was like from whatever, 70 to 0. That was cute.
You haven't. You're not. Looks like our fight got them to notice us. Let's go over and ask if their boss might come out of hiding.
Bye. Jeez. Woo. Yes you will. No one can hear you shout in space, sir. There's a torp. See, there's a little bit of a different animation there for the Terran torp there, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's move a little bit here. Fire some aft torpedoes. Relocate our mines next. Have some of that. Oof. Buy shields. Again, even evasive maneuvers helps us dodge incoming fire too as well. All the torps. Bye. Bye.
Sensors are picking up small habitations in some of the asteroids, possibly consistent with pole holes.
All the shields. Bye. Ah, grab torp. Stay away from it. Get close enough here. Hopefully have enough time to use our tractor beam, because that's a very Federation thing to do. Check this out. Bye, shields. Bye. 5 seconds is quick, but we can do a good amount of damage in that time. Make use of our aft torp. Woohoo! Flying around like a headless chicken. One more time. Yes! Nothing is more Star Trek to me than having a torpedo fire as you fly away from your target. Or killing myself with my own gravimetric torpedo. What did I say at the beginning of this video? Could be a high chance that I might kill myself once. Maybe twice. But that's okay. We're gonna keep that in there. You, Captain, saw nothing. Saw nothing. You saw nothing. It's a good idea to probably stay away like 4 clicks away from your target. But that was my fault. I get excited. Okay, your shields are gone. Let's take advantage of it. Him in there. Oh, stop going forward. I'm gonna blame my helm. Can I do that? I'm gonna blame my helm officer. Bye. Aft torpedoes fire. Have some mines. See, I just gotta stay. Oh, you're going closer to me. He was going closer to me. That's not cool. Ooh. And there we go.
Excellent work. We'll send over a pacification party.
Oh, I even called it too at the beginning. I even called it.
Thank you for your assistance. And
All right.
welcome to this
Hold on, sir. 1 second, sir. We'll go over here for our shelfies. Oh. Let's get a good angle here. Do that. And go, oof. Oh, there you go, Captains. That is the Battle Pancake. Again, it's just kind of a loving term that I use for the Nebula. It is one of my favorite cannon ships, and it did well there. The mistake of me blowing up was my fault. But good thing this is just a game. And Captains, remember, this is just a game. So I've always said, and I will keep saying, I'm not the best shipbuilder, but I don't necessarily build for optimal performance. I build for my fun. And hopefully, Captains, you join us here on the Twitch bridge. So I invite all of you to come here to the bridge where we do our nightly pew pew shenanigans. Bit of a roasting of the captain, but all in good fun. Now this you can get from the C-Store, and if you haven't yet used your T6 coupon, you can actually get this from the C-Store, but highly recommended you get this ship. It's awesome. Again, we went with kind of a sort of retro bit theme here with this weapons pod here is what I call it. It's kind of one of my favorite looks for the Nebula, but we will call it there, Captains, and leave it on this note.
Don't let them promote you. Don't let them transfer you. Don't let them do anything that takes you off the bridge of that ship, because while you're there, you can make a difference.